Oh my goodness. You are not going to believe what I've just done. So, I'm in my Tesla. I stupidly forgot to charge up last night. And I had to go out and do a few quotes. Here's me, electric vehicle charging specialist, going out to do quotes for electric vehicle charging point installations, and what do? Forget to charge the car up the night before. So I left home and I had a fair old drive to do. I had about a 50-60 mile drive to do. I had 120 miles of range in the vehicle still anyway. So I thought I'll get to the quote, I'll do that one, and then I'll just jump on the nearest supercharger. But where I happened to be going, of all places, had to be the one place that is like a supercharger black spot. It's like the black hole of towns. It's a big town called Peterborough. There's not a supercharger in there. So I left from Cambridge, drove to Peterborough. I arrived in Peterborough with only about 40 miles range left. And I thought, supercharger, no superchargers nearby. So I got up Zap Map and I searched to find the nearest other fast charger nearby. And up popped at the local Esso garage a nice 50 kilowatt DC charger. So I thought, brilliant, it's only a mile down the road. I'll head over there, I'll charge up there. And Genie Point, every experience that I've had with Genie Point has been rubbish. Of course, what happened? It didn't work. So I'm trying to plug into this Genie Point thing. I have an account that I have to log into on my phone, and then I have to press start charge, and then it starts charging, and then like after 5 seconds it stops charging. Try again, and it doesn't even start charging at all. So I'm at 38 miles of range on the car, and I had another appointment that I needed to go to, which was about 40 miles away. And then I had another 40 miles to get home. So I'm like, I need to charge somehow. I didn't know what to do. So I searched for the nearest supercharger, which was 28 miles away, right? 28 miles, according to the Tesla Maps system. And I had 38 miles of range left. So I topped up with the sort of AC 11 kilowatt AC charger at that Genie Point charger at the Esso garage. I added 2 miles of range. I thought, you never know, it's going to be tight. An extra 2 miles of range won't do any harm. So I topped up with those extra 2 miles of range. I had 40 miles of range. And according to Tesla Maps, I had 28 miles to go to get to the nearest supercharger, which was completely out of the direction where I was supposed to be going. I phoned and cancelled my next appointment, and I headed to the supercharger. And this is what happened. So as I'm getting closer, my range is going down and down and down, and the estimated range left in the battery is getting closer and closer to the distance that I have left to travel. It gets to like, we've got 10 miles left to travel, and I've got 12 miles of battery range left. And at this point, it's telling me to drive slower and slower and slower. So at the start, it said you need to drive below 65 miles an hour in order to reach your destination. So I'm driving at about 62. And then after a while, it's saying, oh, you need to drive below 55 miles to reach your destination. So I'd start driving at 52 miles an hour. Then it says you need to drive below 50 miles per hour to reach your destination. So I'm traveling at like 48 miles per hour. And this time there's police driving past, looking at me kind of weird, like, why are you driving so slow? What are you up to? There's lorries behind me that are coming up behind me and then overtaking me because I'm on a motorway, right? I'm on the A1 driving at 48 miles per hour, which might even be illegal, I don't know. But I had no choice. It's like either that or I would run out of battery and I would be stuck on the A1, and I don't have breakdown cover because I have a brand new vehicle Why would I need breakdown cover? So I've just arrived here now at the Y Boston Lakes Tesla Supercharger, and this is how much range I had left. 1 mile of range left on the clock when I arrived. Now I have no idea whether Tesla leaves a little bit of wiggle room in the battery, and maybe I could have driven another 5 miles, but the car was not happy. It was flashing stuff up at me. It was telling me, you're not going to reach your destination, you're going to need to charge in order to get to your destination. And I ignored that and just drove a bit slower, and I made it here with 1 mile of battery left. Now, let me know in the comments if you've had a similar experience. I guess this is a thing that new EV drivers are all going to experience at some point, that stupid thing where you just forget to charge up overnight. But the lesson for me is every night, without fail, plug the car in and just top it up to full. Last night I was just distracted or whatever and I forgot to do it. And of course I've paid the price because it's messed my afternoon up. But I'm sharing this video with you so that you can have a good laugh at me, but also maybe some of you will learn something from it. And if not, well, it's a bit of light entertainment. I'm now here supercharging, so I've got, let me show you. So this is one of the newest Tesla superchargers that are out there, and it's charging me up at 165 kilowatts. Now, this supercharger is actually rated at 250 kilowatts, so potentially it could actually do more, but for some reason I'm only getting 160 odd kilowatt. But I don't care, I'm just relieved that I'm getting any charge at all. And as you can see, I'm charging up at 656 miles per hour. I've added 82 miles of range so far, 83 miles of range. And I've actually got 84, so you can see I'm not faking this. This is real life. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Current charge session £5.98, but I do have quite a few thousand free supercharger miles thanks to my YouTube followers who've bought Teslas using my referral code. So if even after this video you were still determined to buy a Tesla, then please use my supercharger code. But wow, that was cutting it fine. Now, people talk about range anxiety, and I've never had range anxiety until today. Today was the day. But it's not the fault of the car, and it's not the fault of the concept of EVs. It's just that as EV drivers, we have to get our head around a slightly new way of doing things. And what I mean by that is, instead of just not worrying about range, because you can pop into a petrol station and top up at any point, you've just got to think in advance about what you're going to be doing and where you're going to be going. And that's something that usually I'm quite good at, but the last few days have been a bit hectic and I've been a bit distracted, and hence why I forgot last night to plug the car in. But it's just a new way of living. It's slightly different, but it's not worse. In fact, for me, it's better because I love the fact that I never have to go to a petrol station. Although I did have to go to the Esso garage to try and top up on electricity. But, yeah, that didn't work. So, what I would say is, if you're a new EV driver or if you're thinking about getting an EV, don't let this put you off. But just realise that you do have to adapt your way of thinking slightly and your habits slightly when getting an EV. And it's all about just topping up that little bit of extra, potentially every night when you get home from work. You just plug in and you just get into the habit of plugging in all the time. Now, with the whole working from home situation, we're not really like going out and then getting home every day and plugging in. We're sometimes at home for days on end without going out. So that's where it sort of throws a bit of a spanner in the works. But if you just get into the habit of plugging in, charging up regularly, you will be fine. I mean, this Tesla that I drive, this is a Tesla Model 3. It's got 305 miles of range, I believe. And so usually I have it charging up to about 80%, and that gives me enough range to get absolutely anywhere I want and back home and I can charge up for free. But if not, I've got the Tesla Supercharger network, which is very good coverage wise. I mean, I'm here now. We've got how many stalls? 10 stalls. There's only one other Tesla Model 3 that's plugged in and charging right now. Just me and this other guy. And in another 10 minutes, I'll have enough charge to get home. So that'll be fine. I mean, I've already got 118 miles of range. So actually, technically, I've got enough range to get home now anyway. But I'm going to sit here and mull over my stupidity for a while. Right, so I've got 147 miles of range now. That'll do me. I'm going to head home. And yeah, definitely got enough range to get home now. But I'm definitely not going to cut it that fine ever again. I've certainly learned from that scary experience, and I hope you have too. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, as always, and give me a bit of ribbing, because I know I deserve it. Thank you for watching. If you do enjoy my videos, subscribe. I do lots of videos about electric vehicle charging, and I do fairly often little videos about my Tesla. And if you hit thumbs up as well, it helps the channel to grow. Share the video out with a potential EV driver or somebody who wants to laugh at me. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.